The action continues at the 18th running of the Passion for Speed Festival here at Swartkops. Great to see the crowds enjoying not only four-wheeled action, but two-wheeled action on the Day of Champions. On a Halewood replica, Dave Peterson made his way out onto the circuit and got to do a couple of laps with some really interesting machines. And you can't have a Day of Champions without our world champion, Brad Binder.
Well, Brad Binder, back to grassroots level. This is where it all started for you. Must be an amazing feeling to come here to the Day of Champions.
Yeah, it's an incredible feeling to come back here. I remember coming back here and watching you and Uncle Robbie ride when I was much younger. So super cool to come back here, and yeah, the motor has been awesome to watch, and what a lacquer day.
And bring out your KTM, your Moto3 bike, when that is something special.
Yeah, this morning we decided to take it out the TV room for the first time in 2 years, and we ended up bringing it out to it for everyone to see, and yeah, it was a good day. I ended up selling some of our merchandise and stuff here, so yeah, I'm really happy.
Brad, just before we say goodbye to you, obviously off testing pretty shortly. You must be looking forward to that.
I really can't wait to get back on the bike. It's been the longest off season of my life, I think. But yeah, you know, we're going to have to see how things go. We've got a brand new bike, brand new engine, so I'm sure we've got a lot of development to do, but I'm really, really looking forward to the challenge.
Great to have him here, and a little bit of short circuit racing happening on the Day of Champions right next door at the kart track. You're going to see Savannah Woodward with a good recovery there after her big crash in Mexico. And now we head straight into the Enix Legends, powered by Motorcycle Engines. Last year's category was exceptionally close and went down to a couple of points at the end of the season. Now we're looking to close down on the champion. That'll be Justin Robertson. But Jason Loosemore has been very quick here this weekend, as has Sean Moore. Let's see what Devin Robertson and his team at the Enix Legends have done to create this kind of a spectacle. Rob, what you're going to see here is possibly 4 or 5 cars side by side into turn 1 as we go on board here with Andre Larsen down on the 4th row.
That's all we've seen throughout the whole entire weekend here at the Passion for Speed Festival, and we're going to see it here once again. And look at the horsepower that these cars can churn out. Going in there, it's going to be very, very tight. Coming around the outside there is car number 23. It's a good drive there from Charles Roux. He's made up a couple of positions going into turn 2.
Robertson leads out as they go down into that turn number 2. And a couple of guys running a little bit wide. Billy Erasmus didn't quite get the start he wanted in the pink car. You can see him just having to take evasive action through turn 1. Got a little clip as they went through there. Loosemore applying the pressure right from the word go. Jagger Robertson round the outside there of the 7-3 of Sean Moore. And Sean Moore looks like he might be in a bit of a fight there with the youngster. Remember, you got young lions, semi-pros and pros all fighting there with the Masters as they head up towards turn 5. And it's sideways from Robertson. He gets it lit up coming out of Sassel Corner.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there. And 13-year-old Jagger Robertson right up in the mix there. So it's an incredible drive from that young man as we come through here on board with him. 13 years old, steering this car around Swartkops Raceway and right up in the mix for a top. What is that? 4 positions. Brilliant drive.
Also running the livery there for Auntie Jen. Nice to see that. We saw with Miguel Rivera, he ran the livery there, just saying goodbye to a very famous lady from the Big Boss Racing stable. And now heading into turn 1, Jagger Robertson dives on the inside, moves up into the 4th place.
Ian Upton a little bit further back there with Richard van Heerden, Chris Hoy right in the mix there as well. As they come filtering through turn 1 into turn 2 now. You see still there, Loosemore and Moore out front with Gerard Roux not too far behind.
Jagger Robertson trying to close down on his dad there, Justin, who leads things out. Willie Erasmus all over the back of Jason Loosemore. So you've got Robertson, Loosemore and Erasmus, followed by Robertson. And then Sean Moore starting to make his way through. There's a dive on the inside. Can Jason Loosemore find a way past? No. Justin Robertson slams the door shut and makes that first place even more difficult to take.
Robertson is starting to slow up the pace a little bit. That's allowing some other drivers to close in that. We're going to have a 4-5-way battle now for the lead. Look at this 5-way battle we're going on. A little bit further back, Gerard Roux getting it all kinds of sideways there. Beautiful stuff in that Rubro construction car.
Yeah, and Andre Larsen was on a great vantage point of that little slide as they come onto the main straight there. Billy Erasmus runs a little bit wide. Don't worry, semi-slick tyres on these machines won't be too much of a concern to lose grip. And you can see Jagger Robertson is starting to grab some grip and grab some ground as well, moving up onto his teammate's tail. Hard on the brakes towards turn 2. Willie Erasmus on Loosemore's tail. And the three of them, remember what can happen with these cars, Rob? You're allowed to bump draft, so you can go right up onto the bumper and actually nudge the car in front of you. And there's a nudge. Ian Upton out of shape. And out of turn 2, he goes right to the back of the field by the looks of it. And that's a big loss. No, just managing to keep 2 cars behind him. That'll probably be Neville Loosemore and Mornay du Toit.
Oh, it's really starting to heat up at the front end there now. You can see the bright pink car there of Villiers Erasmus starting to apply the pressure on Robertson and Loosemore. Here we go on board once again with Jagger Robertson as we come to the top of the hill, 3 abreast. As I said, that is where most of the overtaking is taking. Oh, look at that. Will they fit in? They're not going to. They're going to have to filter through and get it all in line there and sideways once again. Tyres squealing all the way around Swat Corps.
Justin Robinson running wide on that maneuver, allowing
losing
Loosemore a
some
chance.
curb.
He's there on the inside now on the outside of Mix FM corner. He'll be on the outside for G&H Transport. And look at Jagger Robertson now applying the pressure onto his teammate. There comes a move from Billy Erasmus. Can this help out Justin Robertson? The 3 Big Boss drivers going at it. But remember, Loosemore also running in Renegade and Big Boss colours. So it's literally 4 of the Big Boss cars leading things out here in Enix Legends.
Jagger Robertson trying to go around the outside there of Erasmus. Not going to able to make it stick. Going into turn 2. Maybe he can line it up on the inside. We got that car that we had the accident with a little bit earlier on, Ian Upton. So they're going to come in with him. Let's hope that he can just slow out and not interfere with our leading drivers. But look who's starting to come into the mix a little bit further back.
Yeah, nice recovery there from Upton. He's back on track, but it's actually Mornay du Toit that they're starting to close in there. The last car on track, Battery Pro Alberton driver, slowly but surely. This is one of the masters fighting out there. Johan van der Venter having a super drive in the AutoZone car. Now under braking back at the top of the hill, and Justin Robinson just trying to close that door. He runs wide again. This time Loosemore might make him pay for it. Loosemore's on the inside. He has a look, but no. The door is firmly shut once again there by Robertson.
Yeah, Justin Robinson doing an incredible job at the front end of this field, just able to hold off the challenge there from Erasmus. With 1 corner remaining, he's going to go very defensive to hold off Loosemore. Yes, he does. It does look like Justin Robertson to the line. It's going to be a drag race between Robertson, Loosemore and Erasmus.
Big Boss Auto and Liqui Moly car taking the win there over the Renegade Big Boss car. Mom and Dad sponsors Villiers Erasmus and Jagger Robertson starting to show some prowess here and potentially could be at the top end very soon. Robertson takes the win, Loosemore and Erasmus ahead of Jagger, then Sean Moore and Charles Roux. Let's chat to Justin Robertson after that incredible race.
Had a nice start because I was in the front row of the grid. Got out and got going and just kept it from there. Had a very close race near the ends. The guys were challenging for quite a couple of corners, but kept it nice and clean, and as usual, INEX Legends racing is always very close.
Looking forward to race number 2 now. You can see guys chatting about what went wrong in 1 and 2 and what's going to happen now in the final heat of the day here for the NX Legends. Jagger Robertson's shown some prowess, as I said. So has Charles Roux. Watch out for him making his way to the front end. And keep an eye out on Loosemore. Loosemore wants a victory. Mornay du Toit is going to lead things out. It's a completely inverted grid. That's why he's at the front. Watch out for the faster cars coming from the back. Right from the word goes. They go down into turn number 1 now. It's 5 abreast. Exactly what I said at the start of the show.
That's going to throw a massive spanner in the works, having that reverse grid. They're going to have to find and filter their way through here. It's a very tricky turn number 1 and turn 2. Looks like they've got all through safe and sound. There's Erasmus. He's going to try and get himself to the front in the field as quickly as possible to challenge the likes of Loosemore and, of course, Robinson. Watch out for Jagger. Like you said, he is the kid on the move, 13 years old and looking for that first win.
Correct. Oh, there's a big touch. Big touch there. Mornay du Toit coming together with Arno and looks like 27 Ian Upton. All getting involved out of turn 3. They're going left, right, centre, onto the grass. There is just action aplenty. They managed to all get back on track.
How did they do that?
Wow, that was proper. Van der Venter took evasive action, so did Jagger Robertson, so did Justin Robertson, and the loser of note, not only was Mornay du Toit, who's now on the sideline, having to go past some of the stricken cars from earlier races, but right at the back of the field, Villiers Erasmus having to go right from the back now to the front. Here we go, on board, watch for the touch. This is going to be... Oh, Larson gets out of shape. There goes Upton. The Enviro Air car runs onto the grass, but he manages to catch it and brings it straight back on track. There goes Jagger Robertson through, but there you can see from behind. It was all about Upton getting out of shape, tagging Larson. Larson hits the inside. Mornay du Toit was that inside car.
And Mornay du Toit going from pole position into the barrier here. So unlucky start to the final heat of the day for them. And you can just see just carnage everywhere. But excellent driving. Ian Upton, what an action day it's been for him so far. But did incredibly well to hold that car. There is du Toit, and now he's spinning out once again. So just get that car parked up because it's not your day.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of damage on the back end of that car, which is why it's sliding all over the place. You probably have to be brought into the pits. In the back, looks like a little bit of action happening as well as Roux runs off the circuit. Gerard Roux just getting a little bit wide as they came out of G&H Transport corner. Jason Loosemore under attack now from Jagger Robertson, and you can see the 23 car of Charles Roux applying pressure.
You can see that big crash now has really split up the field, and our contenders from the earlier race, Villiers Erasmus and Justin Robertson, are nowhere in sight in this top 3, but Jagger Robertson looking for that one. He's got a good slipstream there. Of Of course, they use motorcycle engines, those FJR Yamaha 1300cc engines, and he's taking advantage of that slipstream. Not able to make the move. They're getting it very sideways. There is Loosemore getting it very loose into turn number 4.
Might just help Jagger up the hill now. Jagger with a much better drive. He's on the outside line. Jason saw that coming and went defensive almost instantaneously. Can he keep out the attack from this young line? Remember, he is the youngest driver out there, 13 years of age, looking for his first overall victory, and it looks like it might be heading his way if he can stay sideways here with Loosemore as they go through turn number 6 and into 7. Into Mix FM corner. Jagger Robertson's on the inside. He's got the inside line. This might work out perfectly for him as they head down to the braking markers. Jagger late on the brakes. Can he make the move stick? Yes, he can. No. Loosemore comes in. They touch. Oh, Loosemore and Jagger Robertson touch as they come to the line now, and it's given Rue a chance. Rue now takes the lead.
Oh, that was just that opportunist stuff. Oh, in the background, we got a spin now. Oh, again, did so well to hold on to that car. Not too sure who that was, but look at this three-way fight. Rue's got to the head of this field now, but Loosemore's going to try and fight back. Jagger Robertson, he so desperately wants to pick up that win. He's seen his dad already do it. He wants to pick it up here now.
He'll be the youngest driver taking a victory in this class if he takes it, that's for sure. Now under pressure, you can see Justin Robertson, because he's so far back, can't find a way through on Rue, and Billy Erasmus it's just ahead of him, helping him out ever so slightly in backing Gerard Rue into Justin Robertson. The two of them working together as teammates to try and get past the Rubro construction car and maybe just get it a bit further up the field. Remember, 3 races on the day, and there's still a long way in this championship to go.
At the front end, Jagger has now got to the front end. They've both got ahead of Rue in that battle. They come to the top of the hill though. It all cramps all together again. This is where things have been all action-packed throughout the entire weekend in all the racing classes. And you can see Jagger now starting to go defensive. He's got to the front. He wants to hold on to it. Oh, understeer of the car there a little bit. He gets it sideways coming through there. That allows Loosemore going around the outside. They're going to be side by side coming into the final turn.
He's got the last corner to outbrake Loosemore. Can this be history in the making here at the Passion for Speed Festival? Another little rub between the two of them. They're going to come across the line, and by 8,000ths of a second, we've got history in the making. Jagger Robertson taking his first victory, the youngest driver ever in Enix Legends to take a victory at 13 years of age. Watch out for this young man. He certainly has got a big career ahead of him. Beating out Charles Rue first of the Masters, who got across the line just ahead of Jason Loosemore, beating out Billy Erasmus and Justin Robertson. Let's find out from Jagger how his day went and his first victory in Enix Legends.
Started off, came through the pack, got from 11th to about 6th, coming up through turn 3, got to turn 3 and there was a little bit of an incident, so dodged that. So coming into turn 4 was 3rd, about 5 cars behind the 2 cars in front of us. So we were chasing with my teammates on the left, so we hunted them down and got past them. And then for the remainder of the race, he got past me and I was sitting behind him trying to get away from the rest so we could work together. And we got up to the last lap and into the last corner. It was the 2 of us next to each other, and we went into that last corner and the car in 3rd just got him, and it was 8,000ths of a second between the 2 of us. So it was an extremely close race.
That's the kind of racing we see at the Passion for Speed. Join us after the break for some more of it.